Search for Jesus, Chapter 4, Almost There. Felix picked Sarah up and carried her to Amon's house. This was their only option right now. She needed to get well before they started back on their journey. And plus, she also needed her wounds washed. Amon and his wife were kind people, and Felix was certain they would be willing to lend a hand to Sarah. When Felix arrived at Amon's house, Sarah was still unconscious. Felix knocked at the door, and when Amon opened it, he took one glance at Sarah and motioned for Felix to come in. Felix walked in and then started to explain. I don't think Sarah's eaten for days because she's very weak. She's also been beaten, so she needs someone to clean her wounds. I promise I will continue to work for you, if you will let us stay in your house until Sarah gets better. Amon nodded his head. Lay her down on the mat, Amon told him. Tamar, he called. What is it, my husband? Tamar asked as she glided down the hall. What is that boy doing here again? His sister's ill, and she needs somewhere to rest. Felix will work for us again if we will let them stay in our house until Sarah regains her strength. Is this true? Tamar asked Felix. I swear it, Felix answered. Then that's fine with me, Tamar said. Oh, and she needs a woman to clean her wounds. Will you do it, my dearest? Amon asked his wife. Well, if this girl needs my help, I will help her, Tamar answered. I'll get the bucket and cloth, Felix offered. Felix found a bucket of water and a cloth and handed them both to Tamar. Tamar walked into the room that Sarah was lying in and closed the door. She took the rag out of the bucket and began to wash Sarah's wounds. Amon and Felix talked right outside the room. Who's the man you and your sister are looking for? Amon asked. His name is Jesus. I don't know much about him except that he works miracles. It was Sarah who wanted to find him. She wanted to ask him to do something for her. I knew a little boy named Jesus many years ago. He must have been only 2 years old when I met him. When his parents lived here, they told me he would be the deliverer of the world. Do you believe this, that one man could save the world? I honestly don't know, Felix answered. When Sarah woke up, she felt a warm pressure on her back. She jumped to her feet. Who are you? She asked. My name is Tamar. I'm the wife of your brother's former master. My brother? Yes, your brother, Felix. Can you lay back down so I can finish cleaning your wounds? Oh, I get it, Sarah said as she laid back down on the mat. He's not really related to me. Really? You two look an awful lot alike. Yeah, well, that's just a coincidence, Sarah said. I'm really hungry and thirsty. Tamar smiled. You can have something to eat as soon as I finish. You're very pretty, Sarah complimented Tamar. Thank you. I've always wanted to have darker skin and black hair. I'm not very pretty. I'm too pale. That's not true. I think you are pretty, Tamar said. Really? You just need to be thankful for your own beauty. Tamar tossed the rag back in the bucket. I'm done. You can get up and eat now. Sarah rose and stumbled out of the room because she temporarily couldn't see very well. She saw Felix and Amon standing outside. Felix smiled when he saw her. Hey, are you feeling all right now? He asked. I'm hungry, Sarah said. Felix reached into the bag and handed Sarah another loaf of bread and one fish, and then went to the kitchen to fetch her a cup of water from a bucket they had sitting in there. Felix returned and handed her the cup. Sarah stuffed her mouth with the fish and bread and then gulped down the water. Amon and Tamar left Felix and Sarah to talk. Sarah needed to sit down because she felt so lightheaded, and dark spots blurred her vision. Sarah walked back into the room and sat down on the mat, and Felix followed her in to talk. He sat down beside her. Do you remember anything yet? He asked. I remember a lot more than I did before I fainted, she answered him. I'm trying to forget about what happened after we were taken. Being enslaved here was the most horrible thing I've ever experienced. I know some things are difficult to think about. I'm really sorry. It's my fault, he said. What is? I let this happen to you. It was my responsibility to watch over you. It's not your fault. You had no control over the situation. If I recall correctly, You tried to stop the slave traders from taking us. I remember what you told me before they took us. You said I was your new little sister. To be honest, you're probably the best big brother I could have ever asked for. Because no one's ever taken care of me like you do. Thank you, she said as she embraced him. Well, I try, he said. When are we heading back? Once you're healthy again. Well, can you get out of here so I can rest now? Sure, Felix said as he got up to leave. Felix worked in a man's field while Sarah continued to regain her strength. Sarah slept well for the most part, but there were times when she was afraid to sleep because of her constant nightmares. It took a full 2 months for Sarah to completely recover, but the time came when they were ready to leave. Sarah's cheeks were rosier than ever right now because she had been well fed the past 2 months. The man filled a bag with food and he threw in 50 silver coins. He handed the bag to Felix, and then Felix and Sarah set out on their journey again. The day they left, Sarah noticed that everything seemed very odd. For one thing, Felix was acting peculiar, because he had not even spoken one word to her since they left. A deadly silence had fallen between them. Sarah assumed that she had upset him. His friendly smile had turned to the smile of a bloodthirsty killer. Aren't we going back? She asked. Not yet. Well, then where are we going? We're going to hunt down those slave traders first. Why? Sarah was oblivious to Felix's purpose. Why do you think? Sarah's mind clicked, and in a flash she realized what he was doing. She grabbed his arm. No, Felix, you can't, she pleaded. Why can't I? If you do this, innocent people are going to die. Is that what you want? Do you want to be labeled as a murderer? All I desire is for Decca's blood to be spilled. The only way to end this is with sweat and blood. It doesn't have to end this way. You don't have the right to take life away. Oh, and you're saying that Decca had the right to murder my parents? You don't even know what it's like to lose people that you love. You're wrong. I know exactly what that's like. I also know what it's like to love someone who doesn't love you. I love my father, but he never even showed me affection. At least you have something I never had. You had 2 parents who loved you. So just be thankful for what you had and get on with your life. Forget about what happened. How can I forget? This is not right. It's not justice. Justice doesn't exist. Yes, it does. Everything is going to work out in the end, but you can't kill him. You should want revenge too. He sold you into slavery. I do. Everything in me wants vengeance just like you, but it's still wrong. I know the difference between right and wrong. You know in your heart this is not the way. Oh yeah, you know the difference between right and wrong. Guess that's why you disobeyed your mother. Sarah looked down at the ground. You're right. I did. I'm ashamed of what I used to be like. Sarah looked up again and locked eyes with him. But now I'm doing the right thing. I'm stopping you from ruining your life. You told me I should listen to you. You should listen to me too. Why should I listen to you? The same reason I should listen to you. We're family now. This doesn't even involve you. I only took you because I couldn't leave you alone. This has everything to do with me. You're my brother now. And I'm not going to let you turn into a killer. Hatred doesn't do anything for you. It destroys you. It takes over your life. You have a much greater purpose for your life than to end up in prison. Do you think this is what your parents would have wanted? Enough! Don't speak to me again. Hatred turns you into the very same person you set out to destroy. Sarah finished. I said enough, Felix shouted as he violently knocked her to the ground. Tears flowed down Sarah's face. You don't even care about me anymore, she cried. You've changed into a completely different person. You hurt me. You made a promise to protect me, but you're the one I need protection from, she wept. Felix's eyes softened when he realized what he had just done. Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry. Just really, really sorry. To his embarrassment, tears flooded his eyes. He turned away and covered his face. Sarah ran to him. It's okay to be sad, you know. There's nothing to be ashamed of. We're both hurting and we both deal with our pain in different ways. I cope by becoming a rebel, and you cope by acting out in your anger. Neither of those ways are right. You're the best friend I've ever had, folks. More than anything else, you're my big brother. We sort of adopted each other into a family, so we have to stick together. And we're not meant to tear each other down. But you'd be a lot more reachable if you didn't act so tough all the time. Why do you do that? You surround yourself with this tough outer shell that's difficult to break. But deep inside, you have a good heart. I know you do. I know that you want to do the right thing. You just need to let go of some of your pride and allow others to help you. We were created to reach out to one another now. Though I don't understand why God created me because I'm so worthless. Felix wiped the tears off his face. Who told you were worthless? The bidders said I was ugly. He only paid 50 copper coins for me. So I'm not worth anything. At least you have some worth. Felix picked her up into a bear hug. They were completely wrong about you then. You're not worth any amount of money because no amount of money can measure your worth. I wouldn't sell you for anything because you're so much more valuable than money. Sarah, I'm really sorry. I promise I'm never going to hurt you like that again. You're the only family I've got now. I don't know how I can make it up to you. I think you just did. I'm just happy to have my brother back, she told him. You're right about everything. We should be encouraging one another. Will I always be your little sister? She asked him. Of course. Even if you find your mother at the end of this journey and we never see each other again, I'll still remember that I have a younger sister somewhere. Sarah, just because I wanted revenge and I didn't care about anything for that moment doesn't mean you're gonna stop being my little sister. You're my little sister forever. Nothing on earth can change that. I know, Sarah said. Felix let her cry in his arms. There were no secrets left between them anymore. They were completely open with each other. They were brother and sister for life, and the bond between siblings cannot be broken. We're friends again, right? We're friends again, right? No, we're not friends again. We're best friends again, Sarah said, smiling up at him. Sarah caught sight of something running towards them. It's Mensa! He found us! He cried. Quick, we must hide! Felix yelled. Felix and Sarah ran as fast as they could, but Mensa caught up with them and took Sarah by the throat. I told you. If you ever ran away, you'd feel the pain like never before. Well, instead of whipping you, I thought I'd squeeze the life out of you instead, Mensa said as he wrapped his hands around her neck. I'll buy her for 50 silver coins. Felix stepped in. Mensa dropped Sarah on the ground. Yes, I accept. Mensa completely forgot about Sarah as Felix handed Mensa every sip they had in the bag. Mensa ran away with the money. He was just happy to be paid much more than he paid for Sarah. Well, we solved that problem. Come on, let's get going, Felix said. When Felix and Sarah arrived back in Israel, they asked a man they saw if he knew which city Jesus was in right now. The man told them that Jesus would be entering Jerusalem soon, so they headed in that direction. When Sarah and Felix entered the holy city, they saw a large crowd just outside the city gates. Why are they yelling and throwing branches on the ground? Sarah wondered aloud. Does seem like they're making a big fuss. Look, there's a man on a donkey, she pointed out. Yeah, that's very nice. Now let's get out of here before we get trampled, Felix said. No, wait! Look, the little boy in the crowd. He's trying to squeeze through, but everyone is shoving him away. Some of them are throwing stones at him. It looks like they're scared of him. Sarah looked at Felix. We can't just leave him, she said. Are you crazy? He's a leper. Don't you have compassion? We'll find Jesus tomorrow and ask him if he can heal the boy. We'll just keep him for one day. All right, come on then, Felix said as they ran through the crowd. Felix picked up the little boy, and they ran away. They ran far away from the crowd and found a little shelter they could stay in for the night. Shortly after that, it began to rain. What's your name? Felix asked the little boy. Caleb, he answered. Why did you take me away from the crowd? I wanted to see him. You couldn't even see because the people were standing in your way. Besides, you were getting boxed thrown at you. We rescued you, Felix answered. You wanted to help me? Caleb sounded dumbfounded. But aren't you a Roman? You look like a Roman. Felix chuckled and then responded. Yeah, the lack of facial hair is usually a giveaway. You can't believe that all Romans are bad. I know why people are occupying Judea, but I'm opposed to it now. I'm Felix, by the way, and this is Sarah. Sarah, tomorrow, how about you? I'll look for him and I'll stay here with Caleb. Yeah, that's fine, Sarah answered through chattered teeth. So how old are you, Caleb? Felix asked him. 7. Where are your parents? They're dead, Caleb answered. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, you're in good company because mine are dead too. I'm so cold, Sarah said. Then come closer, Felix said. 3 of them spent the night in the shelter, and then in the morning Sarah left to find Jesus. She asked many people in the streets if they knew where he was, and people pointed her in the direction of the temple. Sarah was still wandering around because she couldn't find the temple, and she felt someone tap her on the shoulder. She turned to face a young man who looked to be in his late teens. Did I hear you say you were looking for Jesus? Are you lost? He asked. Yes to both questions. Who are you? She asked. I am John Mark. I think the better question is, who are you? My name's Sarah, she answered. I can take you to the temple if you'd like, John Mark offered. Yeah, that would be nice. People keep telling me he's in the temple, but it's such a big city, and I don't know where it is. Didn't I see you in the crowd yesterday when the master rode to Jerusalem? He asked. The master? Yes, Jesus rode to the city yesterday. I could have sworn I saw you run through the crowd. You caused a disturbance by carrying on leper boy. He was the man on the donkey. Sarah saw in surprise. You didn't know? Just looked so young. You expected to see Methuselah? John Mark laughed. No, just expecting to be a little older. Not from around here, Sarah said. She covered her scarlet face as she realized how ridiculous that must have sounded. Yeah, I figured as much. Where do you come from? He asked. I journeyed here from Greece. Where all those pagan myths come from? John Mark sounded disgusted. Yeah, but I don't believe in those stories. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come here? He asked. I came to ask him if he could do something for me. What's he doing in the temple? Oh, it's remarkable. He's healing the children. He even healed one of the priest's sons. The priest's son? Yes, Cyril's young son was blind. Sarah was not paying attention to where she was going, and she bumped into a man. Well, it's so good to see you again, she heard the voice say. Chills ran up and down her spine. She recognized that voice. She looked up to see a man towering over her. The twisted smile and those villainous red eyes belonged to Quintus.